upper race has been in the freezer for a couple hours, so I'm going to go ahead and drive it in. And it's seated. It does sit a little proud, a little high. That's normal for this kit. Bottom race. Okay, the bottom race going in. There we have the top race. And it is normal for that to stick out for this all balls kit. And then on the bottom, got the lower race in and seated. And I measured it, and the bottom on this 1978 model is going to need the thin spacer that came in the kit. Before we install these bearings, we need to pack them, and we have a tool for that. What I do is I put the bearing in here, like that, and then I simply, put this little tool back in there, and you put pressure on it. And after you apply pressure and there's grease all the way up through the bearing, it's got grease packed all the way through it, you're good to go. Now what I'm going to do is I took some of the excess, wipe a little bit on the inside, and then coat the outside. Just to get a good even layer of grease over all these little rollers. Now what I'm doing is I'm rolling the outside of the cage past my finger. I just glop a bunch of grease on my finger, roll the outside of the cage over my finger, and it rolls those rollers around, and we have a bearing that is ready. I can adjust the camera without getting grease all over everything. We have a bearing that's ready to go in, but you need to put the lower end together to slide up into there. Well, I just pulled this out of the freezer. First thing to go on is the dust seal. Second thing to go on, the thin washer. Bearings do have two sides. This side has a sharper edge than this rounded side. Sharper side goes up. It's to keep it from damaging the seal. Next, packed bearing. And I didn't think that'd drop right on, so what I'm going to do is take the large washer, drop that on top of it. I'm going to pound it on. I'm going to do a final application of grease to the outside of the bearing with a rag. I want to have my hands relatively clean when I reassemble this. There we go. This is the point in the video where I tell you how past events come back to bite you in the ass. When I took this apart, I thought I'd save a whole lot of time by leaving everything on the handlebars and just dropping the triple tree off the front. Well, this is where it's going to get really tricky.